Design one of the most important part of construction. But reality, when designer's dream meet with construction process, absolutely different. And today we are on the construction site, and I want to introduce you Jemish.
I'm with Kikani Housing Inc. and we're building a home in Leander. This was a dream home for me and my family, and it's about 4,000 livable square feet. When me and Igor met, I showed him the design of the house and he was like, all right, let's start penciling out the numbers, and we saved thousands of dollars. And Igor's right. Designer's dream versus contractor's reality, it's completely different. Let's take a look at it. So I started designing the home about almost 2 years ago. It took a long time. Worked with
The market was absolutely different.
Exactly. Looking at pretty good numbers at that time. Market changed completely right now. Like the delays that comes with it, dealing with the structural engineer, dealing with the city, and all those challenges I had to overcome because I come from a remodeling background. I did not know anything about ground up construction. I did know about what to do once the frame is up, but how to get to that stage was a challenge for me.
When you was in the designing process, what's the most difficult part for you?
So when I bought this property, I first thought that part of the land was also belongs to me. Seeing your videos and a common friend that we have, I chose him. Did interview a couple of architects as well, and while interviewing, I realized, all right, the common friend we have was the right way to go.
Do you remember your emotion, how it's you saw this design, how it looks like, and what you felt in this time?
Yes, when I saw the design that was finalized, I was super excited because I come from India, and designs and construction is a lot better in India than what I see in US. It's mainly due to as well as being stick frame, and we build houses in India out of concrete. But no, I was super excited when I got the design. Once I got my approval, I told my wife, let's have a party. It was almost 2 years of work that went into it, not realizing how much the amount of time you spent in the design process. And it was like, all right, let's celebrate. Let's just pop a bottle of champagne for the night.
Yeah, I have idea. Let's do a design party. After design
exactly.
done, let's do a party.
Yeah. But then reality struck. When we had a surveyor come out and mark the corners of the building to start with site work. As you see, this is a downward sloping lot. And you have built plenty of houses on slopes. So you know the challenges that comes with it. So when the surveyor came out to mark the building corners, that created another challenge with that corner.
Yeah, I remember.
Which was a lot of money.
I remember how we play with elevations. Yeah, it's the most also important part. When we built on the slope, I built a lot of projects on the slope. The most difficult part is play with elevations, because you imagine and designer imagine and use survey, but survey, it's like, of course, it's pretty exact numbers, but you cannot feel on the survey how it looks like, what you see stay in the house. Sometimes you want to rise, sometimes you want to drop, and you can feel it only on the construction site. That's why elevation, it's very important point when you start construction, because sometimes 1 feet can change everything, even view. And I remember how we stay on that corner and start, oh, where is our level? Where is our elevation of first floor? Good news that we can change it with no upgrading of permit in this county, yeah? Because if you build, for example, in city of Austin, you have to submit updated documents to them. Travis County, Hayes County, it's easier because you can place it on the site. It's good news. Okay, the first reality check was that our expectation of corners and elevation and even the size of lot. I remember you told me that you imagine that size of lot bigger, and meet reality, it's absolutely different. What's the lessons we can learn from this situation for next project?
So first thing is always have your survey corners marked out before buying your property. Know where your boundary lines are. That was one of the mistakes I made. I had the survey on hand, but I'm not a surveyor. I didn't know where to stake, how to stake. And once I had that, I realized, all right, my lot is a lot smaller than what I was anticipated. The good thing I was blessed with, I had foundation fill placed on my lot before I bought it, because there was a lot of excavation that happened around my lot, and all that fill was solid limestone. Really good to build on, which I didn't know before.
Yeah.
And
you use this material to compact.
yes, we bought in big excavators, we bought in big vibrating compactors. A lot of water that went in. You wouldn't realize the amount of water it takes to compact soil down. As well as we had to bring in more additional fill, which is all additional expense, which you can't really account for. You can to a certain degree, but when you're building on a slope, you wouldn't know how much fill you will need. You can get a general idea from a civil plan, but still, reality is different.
Guys, reality is different, and elevation, survey corners, topography survey is the most important part of design when you start a design. Because I met a lot of situations when designers draw the sketches on even completed design, and it's show like it's on the flat land. The land is not flat, the land with slope. How we can build house on the slope if it's on the design on the flat? It's impossible. Elevation, corners, topo survey. Important points in this topic. So you solved the problem with corners and elevation. You move house, we raise house a little bit. And what next? Tell me about this part of house, because I remember it's so important for our topic.
Yes, so originally on the architecture plan, this was meant to be a 2x6 wall, a wooden construction wall, and the designer had placed retaining blocks on the back side. When we met on site, you told me why. Why do we need to do this? Let's build it out of concrete. So I went back to the designer and I told him, why are we spending money on limestone blocks when we can build this out of concrete? The designer came up with a design. It went to the structural engineer. It took a while, and structural engineer recommended, let's build a 10-inch thick retaining wall, which can hold all the dirt, as well as we can have a good flow of water that comes out and drains out of the property. Water is also very important. Draining out and getting water out as quick as possible from your site, it's very important. You need to know where the water is flowing to, as well as how you're going to get it out of your site. When it came to this wall, we got done with foundation. At the same time, we had to create a footing that was 4 feet wide with number 6 rebar. People who don't know what number 6 rebar is, that's 3/4 of an inch.
Yes.
That thick. Structural designer has given it, but might be overkill, maybe not. I'm not a structural designer, so I had to follow what they have recommended. We had a lot of issues as well with rain. As I said, water was a big issue. When you're building it on a downward sloping lot, all that water from above is coming towards you. So at concrete stage, before concrete stage, when we were at form stage, we had severe thunderstorm happening in Austin. We were ready for pour, but we couldn't pour because all the dirt, all the foundation fill that's supposed to go under the concrete was washed out. It covered the rebars, it covered the trenches, which created another issue. We had to call back the foundation crew. All right, can you guys come in? We need to dig out all the trenches. We need to clean all the rebar before we can even pour concrete, which added several days to the build, as well as letting the soil dry and making sure it's still good compaction. I had to call out inspection company to come and check the soil density before placing the concrete, which was also a recommendation by the civil structural engineer.
Guys, pay attention. This walkway was created to give access for mechanical contractors to make maintenance or services for blocks that is located here. $30,000 or $40,000 just for this question to give mechanical contractors come to this place. Okay, can we change it?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, because it's very easy to make this. No, it's not very easy, but yeah, it's not easy in the implementation, in construction. Yes, but it saves money because you spend same time for this wall and you build this wall from wood. You have to use sheeting, you have to use hardy panel, you have to use insulation, you have to use everything what you need to build this wall. But second wall is here, and two walls cost 2 times more expensive than you build just one wall. For what? What's the reason? For give access to mechanical contractors to these blocks? Guys, come on. That's why we decided together with James to make just one wall and give access to mechanical contractor from other side. Yeah.
No, we put a door over there.
And we put a door for access here.
Yeah, we shortened the garage wall by 36 inches, which would perfectly put a outdoor door over here. We still have access to the inside, and the contractors can still come out, do their service, or the owner wants to put a yard or put a shed over here, they can still do it. We're going to be sloping this land in a way where water runs out quickly. It's not challenging the retaining wall, as well as we have done our part with everything we can, waterproofing the concrete, as well as implementing a dimple mat system that runs down the water, as well as installing a French drain with gravel on top so that water comes out. Even if any goes in, it comes out as quickly as possible.
Do you remember when we decided to make this wall from concrete? Yeah, I just realized now that we have one more benefit. Usually garage doesn't have air conditioning.
Yes.
Retaining wall from concrete give cold conditions in the garage. It's one more point when you can use concrete wall as a part of design. Of course, you can leave it like that, just make it smooth. And second, in the garage will be not so hot conditions like usually in the garage when we have wood walls.
Yes, we're in Texas.
It's a
hot.
plus one benefit.
Yeah.
And of course, I know this is a selling point. Because when you sell house, people like concrete walls. Don't cover it, just leave it like that, and it's really became a part of design.
Yes, that's my goal as well. I'm gonna leave it as it is, just sand it down, make it smooth, make it flat, probably put a coat on it with a clear coat, make it pop.
Yeah.
And it's a structural sting. So if you want to mount anything to it, it's there for life.
Nice. Can you imagine like pictures of cars on the concrete wall?
Yeah.
It will look perfect.
Yeah.
Do it when you will do staging. Put the pictures of like expensive cars.
Yeah. It's 3-car garage. We're gonna have a glass door as well on the garage. So it's gonna look really good.
Sale point. So I remember how we calculated how much money we can save if we make this decision to adjust this part of design. What is the lesson learned here?
So first thing, design as well as the purpose. You have to make sure you're serving a purpose with the money you're spending. You have to be very careful with where your dollar goes. Every dollar counts on a construction project. If you think, it's just $2 more per square foot here and there, it's not going to make a big difference. But when it comes to something like this, no, $2 goes a long way.
Dollars plus dollars plus dollars.
Yeah. So this design that we came up with, it saved me pretty much almost $30,000. I did not have to do any retaining wall. I did not have to build anything out of wood. I did not have to stucco it. I did not have to put pathways. I did not have to waterproof it. No insulation. This is it. It's solid concrete. It's not gonna go anywhere. Let me show you something around the pool area. And that's something we can discuss on how we saved money. As you see in the back, on the architectural plan, I'm gonna have a 15 by 30 swimming pool with a hot tub as well. And on the architectural plan, this was all concrete around the swimming pool, which adds to the cost. So now we got to come up with a plan. Either we can use artificial grass or we can use limestone pavers, which can save us a lot of money in place of pouring concrete. Concrete gets really hot, and in Texas, it gets above 100 degrees. So we want to make sure the kids are safe when they're going around, as well as the feet are not burning if you have guests over. You don't want that. So we got to find a solution. How do we accomplish really good look for the backyard as well as save money?
Yeah, you are right, and I remember from my couple projects when designers put concrete. Yes, of course, it's a better, it's more solid, but it's so much money.
Yes.
And all time I am asking me how we can avoid the concrete, because concrete in Texas, I don't know why, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's in Ukraine, when we built in Ukraine, we use a lot of concrete, but it's not so expensive like in Texas. That's why if you see on the design concrete part around pool, just calculate how much it costs. If you can change it, if you can install decking or pavement or even artificial grass, it's a good idea, yeah? James, give me some numbers. How much money you saved on just on this solution?
So it was about 1,000 square feet of deck, say 4-inch, 4.5-inch thick.
Yeah.
And I was quoted about $20,000 just to put concrete around the house, around the swimming pool. Going with an artificial grass with paver system, I'm pretty much getting that done in half the price.
Okay, that's why 50% from $20,000, $10,000 saving.
$10,000 saving, just with that minor
30,000
corrections.
there, 10,000 here.
Yep, a lot more, a lot more.
Yeah, it's a good solution.
The original budget for me was over $1 million, and when I met Igor started penciling out, all right, let's get this out, we can recalculate everything. And we were able to pretty much drop the price down by $200,000.
Let's look on the end, because construction is unpredictable.
It's
impossible to predict everything. That's why when we complete the house, you calculate it, and after that we'll do party.
Yes.
And call this party saving budget party. Like design party.
Budget party.
I know you have some more points that you can share with us about saving on this stage.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we will meet in the future, but I know now we have third point that really save money.
Let's talk about staircase.
Yeah.
Imagine a staircase over here, a beautiful curtain wall glass system with a monostringer staircase, which looks beautiful on the design, but reality costs money. Let's talk about it.
So why is solution with floating staircase that you explain not so smart for this time?
So, you know how the housing market is right now, as well as I'm building a spec home. So every decision I make, it's money out of my pocket.
Yeah, how much money you wanted to pay for this?
So originally I was quoted from a local supplier at $30,000.
40,000.
Yes, for a monostringer staircase with oak treads, glass railing, beautiful design, no doubt about it. But $30,000 for a staircase, I had to cancel that plan out because you know how construction goes. Sometimes you're over budget, sometimes you're under budget. And in current market condition, I did not think this was the best solution to go for it.
Yeah, it's just a regular part of house.
As well as I had a curtain wall system, commercial curtain wall system, really good design, looked really amazing on paper. But when I got a quote from a local manufacturer, it's almost $20,000. I had to cancel that out. Numbers would not pencil out. If I did all this expensive upgrades, I wouldn't have any money in my pocket. So we decided to put 6 windows in total, just divide them up. Still looks like a curtain wall, but it's not. You still get the look, but you get the cost savings of it. Probably you'll be spending $3,000 in all those windows rather than spending $20,000 on a curtain wall system. It's a big saving.
So guys, it was amazing case how design met reality, construction reality, and of course market reality. And we will follow the Jamie's construction process. Guys, if you have ideas, just drop comments and share with us how to save money. We are really open for any ideas, and let's meet next time when you rise this house and you
Yes,
will
sir.
see what happened here, and you will share how much money you save.
Yes, it'll be fun watching the budget once everything is up
Yeah.
and near finishing. So we'll know more. I hope I save a lot of money.